Welcome, my friends, to another episode of WTF, Weirder Than Fiction, the show where we read to you just the absolute worst of the worst fan fiction we can possibly find. We're your hosts along this train ride. My name is Micah. Joining me as always is Levi.
Hello.
And Joe.
Yo.
All right, so we had an exciting episode last time.
It was something.
That was a word for it.
I think exciting is a proper word. You can debate whether it was good or not. It wasn't, but
Yeah, there's nothing to debate there.
It was definitely exciting.
Yeah.
If you asked me what was going to happen in the last episode...
Oh, yeah, nobody knows.
No, that was a plot twist of the ages right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane.
Knuckles is seeming kind of like a bad guy. Like, I get that he's probably jealous right now because Rouge wasn't supposed to have the baby. She was supposed to get a abortion, as the writer likes to call.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But, you know...
And
Rouge had
don't
the baby out of her butt.
forget that Knuckles also has anger issues, so that could come into play.
Apparently so. Like, I didn't think it was that bad in the games. But,
he's always been a big angry man.
Is he just
I don't know.
is he just straight up bipolar?
He was taking up 2 seats. He was taking up 2 seats in the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that crime against man and
he's
God.
He's almost like Shadow level. Although we did learn that Shadow is not actually a bad guy. He's just pretending because he doesn't want to seem like he's all full of himself and it's perfect.
He's
honestly,
well, he was also protecting his mom from Eggman.
He's just edgy.
So I got a bit more respect for Shadow.
Yeah, even though he literally said that he's going to kill his parents.
Yeah, it was a cover.
I mean, come on. Who hasn't said that you're going to kill your parents at some point in your life?
I mean, I've definitely thought it.
I've never said that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I've never. Can't believe that somebody would actually say it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Can't believe it. That's
okay.
Horrible.
Well, hey, are you guys wanting to cut the chit-chat and dive straight into the exciting episode that we have here for Chapter 10? Because, to be honest, I can't wait.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I need it. All right.
Are we ready?
We are ready.
Let's do this. Sonic High School, Chapter 10. But this one has an author's note attached to it.
Ooh.
And it says, I was going to make this the last chapter, but everyone just loves it. And my brain keeps exploding with new ideas. So, I am going to continue Sonic High School for some longer time and make more chapters.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Dark Doom Fire Master.
With that being said, Chapter 10, 2 different fights.
Why are you here?
Screamed Tails with the anger of a million angry birds. Sonic was shocked because Tails was his best friend. And Tails was smart, but Tails was super pissed at Sonic for not coming to the science competition, even though they were best friends. Sonic moved his mouth, but words didn't come out because he did not know what to say. Sonic was a mixture of mad and sad and frustrating because he did not know what he could do to get Tails to be his friend again. At times like this, Sonic thought about Amy's fine body because it set his mind at ease. Ease is spelled E''S.
As you do.
I am here for my friend, said Sonic. Our friend, SBO. We are still friends too. Tails, you are just too mad to see that.
I know what I see,
said Tails, kind of screaming.
I am so smart.
SBO tried to get in between them, and even though it was his house, that they were in the right... SBO tried to get in between them, even though it was his house that they were in right now, and said,
Guys, please, let's just make sure I can fight Knuckles and not get owned.
Sonic and Knuckles ignored him for the moment and continued to be in a fuss. I am sorry, bro. I don't understand. What can I do to make our friendship the best one ever once again? Said Sonic to Tails. Tails wiggled his 2 tails and looked to the side in a thinking way.
I don't know,
said Tails to Sonic.
But you know what? Here, take this.
Tails took out a blue book from a spot and threw it on the ground in front of Sonic. It was what it was when Sonic looked at it. It was Sonic's journal. What? How did you get this? Said Sonic to Tails. I gave this to Mrs. Lesson before she read about my balls problems.
I lied. I did not go to the science competition that night. I still went to school, but instead of going to the science competition, I used my science hat of invisibility to sneak into Mrs. Lesson's room and get your journal. I wanted to get your journal so that no one else could read your business and see your gay ball problems that I know you still have, even though you think you are getting better. I was going to give it back to you, but you were not there at the competition like you should have been, even though I am such a good friend to you. Even now, when I could have been reaching my moment of genius, I was doing a thing for you because I want you to be happy.
Tails said to Sonic with that voice of emotion.
Man, that was loaded.
Sonic did not know what to say. High school drama was so insane to be a part of. Sonic picked up his journal and felt like he was going to cry because he was being an asshole jerk to his best friend, who was only trying to make him happy. Tails! You did not have to do this, finally said Sonic respondingly.
What matters is that I did,
said Tails.
And also that you did not care for my special day because you were too busy trying to be true boyfriend and girlfriend with Amy. Goodbye, Sonic,
said Tails right before he flew out of Espio's bedroom window with his flying tails, and then he did.
This is so shitty,
said Espio to Sonic, who was now the only other person in his bedroom.
I still have to fight Knuckles tomorrow, but your different kind of fight with Tails is just as crazy.
That is for me to figure out with Tails, said Sonic. Let's get back to making sure that you cannot be defeated by Knuckles. Sonic and Espio spent all night in Espio's bedroom, reading books and watching videos about fighting and learning how to be the best at it. By the time the night was over, Espio was ready to face Knuckles. They
just skipped over the montage.
They did. They went to school on this new day, and school happened and was over, and now they were in the hall, where Knuckles said to meet him to fight. There was a crowd of people around him that included Sonic, who looked worried, Rouge, who looked worried, and with her baby, and Vector, who was smiling. Also in the crowd was Tails, and with him Cream the Rabbit, who was Charmy Bee's girlfriend. Cream was a little woman and pretty smart, but not as smart as Tails. Her boobs were smaller than both Amy's and Rouge's, but they were still high quality in their own way. It is surprising to most people that a gay like Charmy was even allowed to have a girlfriend. But it just goes to show you that the impossible is not what you think it is. Then Espio jumped over the crowd into the middle where Knuckles was.
So you decided to come anyway,
said Knuckles.
Even though you know that your ass is gonna get torn up by my moves. I didn't want to fight you, Knuckles,
said Espio to Knuckles.
But I'm doing this for Charmy and Rouge. I'm doing this for Charmy because you kidnapped him, and for Rouge because you do not respect her baby. Then let's do this,
said Knuckles. Knuckles charged at Espio with his fists like an elephant running at a hunter trying to kill him for his powers. But Espio jumped out of the way and onto the wall like a pro jumper, which he learned how to do last night.
Should I be in the background going,
Go for it.
Yes.
Espio jumped at Knuckles with a kick move, and Knuckles punched at his foot, and they met with a purple and red explosion of power that knocked them both back. They continued to jump around and attack each other, and they did this for a while. It was difficult to watch for everyone. Rouge was in the crowd with her baby.
This is so difficult to watch,
said Rouge. Violence should not be a solution to conflict, said Rouge's baby, peeking out between his hands.
You are right. Why do people do this like this? I hate it,
said Rouge to Rouge's baby. Rouge had become a different person since she had a baby. She used to be only sexy, but now Rouge was sexy and matronly.
What a character development.
Yes. Fuck this evil world, said Rouge's baby. Rouge then revealed her boob to her baby and had him eat from it as a baby would do. Rouge's baby thought this was the best part about being a baby, because not everyone would get cool boobs like this delivered to them on the doorstep like a milkman. Babies did not have much to worry about anyway, so Rouge's ace boobs made a paradise a reality for baby. I have a feeling, said Rouge's baby. You should lie down and relax. So Rouge lied down on her back, and the fight continued to go on. Knuckles and Espio were both bloody and gross-looking, like two waiters who were holding messy foods, and then walked into each other, causing the meals to launch into the air and then fall down on them and ruin the nice clothes they got from the store. They were breathing hard and they were tired, but they kept going, jumping and kicking and punching and running. It looked like two people doing a dance, but hitting each other also. Knuckles kicked his feet out at Espio, but Espio jumped up and dodged them and came back down and hit Knuckles in the mouth and knocked him onto the floor/ground.
Is this enough yet? Are we done here?
Shouted Espio to Knuckles.
How will this ever end?
Knuckles looked up from the ground at Espio standing over him. Knuckles had a twinkle in his eye as he looked up at Espio and crawled towards him. Espio did not do anything but watch him and feel dangerous.
Come closer,
said Knuckles in a whisper voice. So Espio bent down and put his face to Knuckles. Knuckles looked up and down Espio's sweaty purple body and into his eyes and said,
Oh no. Oh no.
I respect you.
Oh no.
And then grabbed his face as gentle as a deer and kissed him on the mouth. When Knuckles kissed him, he did it extra hard, sometimes with his eyes shut and sometimes looking into Espio's deep yellow eyes that looked like a circus of loving men. Their tongues met in the middle of their mouths like two chicken cutlets that were acting like cats that loved each other. When Espio was watching fighting videos last night, he was not expecting he was going to have to do kissing too. But he liked it.
Oh.
Ooh.
They went
boy.
on kissing for a full minute while everybody watched, wondering if they were done fighting or just taking a break to kiss. Finally, the back part of Knuckles' body began to lift off the ground while his mouth was still making out with Espio. Eventually, the power became so strong that his mouth was removed from Espio, and their spit was like a shiny extension cord that connected an appliance to a wall outlet. Knuckles then began to glow while floating in the air, and the whole place became a little windy. On the side, Tails said to Cream,
Wow, I know what this is. This is a rare moment of science we will never see probably again in a lifetime or ever. It is called a body donation, and it was invented by an Einstein. It is when someone reaches a moment of such powerful love that they can choose to restart their lives as part of the person they love. Einstein invented this by making his wife love him so much one night during a romantic pasta dinner that she became a baby that was like him. But then he killed his wife, the baby, because he thought it was too dangerous to have her live on the world without testing it in a laboratory first. It is a fact that if it looks like magic, it is not magic. It is science, so deal with it.
"What?"
What the hell is even that?
Knuckles glided on the wind forward through the crowd of people in front of him and into Rouge's mouth, where he disappeared into. It was a good thing Rouge's baby had premonitions and told her to lie down, as then Knuckles did a U-turn in Rouge's sex-filled body, and then came out of her butt as a newborn baby that looked like Espio. This was all science.
What? That was the end of the chapter. Okay. Okay.
We need to continue.
Okay, my favorite part about this so far is the fact that in the author's note, this person, Dark Doom Fire Master, said, I was going to make this the last chapter, but everyone loves it. My brain just keeps exploding with new ideas. And, this is the new idea.
I mean, I'm all
This
in.
is
Because
the
you
new
can
idea.
think of new ideas doesn't mean you should.
I can't stop reading now, so it's working.
It's like,
Oh, get a load of this next chapter title, am I right?
Kelson, oh no. Isn't Cream Charmy's girlfriend?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
All right.
Charmy B is a gay.
Oh, yeah.
They just say that because he does theater.
That's not me saying. That's the story.
Yeah.
That's Dark Doom Fire Master.
Did Dark Doom Fire Master say it, or was it just Knuckles and Espio and everyone that said it?
I don't know.
Well,
honestly.
technically,
I know Knuckles
all
said
of
it
this
at one
is
point.
Dark Doom Fire Master, so.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm getting invested. The characters are different from the author.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
The
let's
characters'
continue
points
then.
and morals do not
Next
reflect the
chapter.
authors.
Sonic High School, Chapter 11, Tails and Cream,
That baby is Espio's.
said Tails. Tails, being smart, was right. Knuckles had done an Einstein body donation and became Espio and Rouge's baby, but was still Knuckles. Rouge picked the baby up and held him in her other arm because her baby was with Knuckles before he came became baby was in her other arm.
Now you have 2 babies to look after,
said Tails.
Good luck.
Sonic was on the other side of the hall and wished that Tails was talking to him. But Tails was still mad at him, so he was not. Rouge grabbed her 2 babies and had them both eat from her terrific boobs. She smiled and felt like a mother, and Sonic thought. Sonic said what he was thinking and said, Rouge, you should name your babies. It'll be hard to tell them apart if you do not. Wait, isn't one red and
that
one
was
purple?
Sonic. What?
Isn't one red and one purple?
No, I'm pretty sure they both look like Knuckles. Because
Oh.
one was Knuckles'
I'm pretty
baby.
sure I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
One
me
was
too,
Knuckles'
neither.
baby, and then the other is Knuckles.
Ah. Rouge thought that this thought was good. Rouge went over to Espio, who was sitting on the ground looking bad and tired from fighting Knuckles before he became Espio's baby.
Hey, Espio, what should we name our baby that looks like you?
Said Rouge to Espio.
It is still Knuckles according to Tails, so we should keep its name Knuckles.
Said Espio to Rouge.
Okay,
Said Rouge.
and I will name my baby with Knuckles before he became a baby Knuckles Jr., because I had him with Knuckles before he became a baby, and he looks like Knuckles before he became a baby.
Rouge was happy.
That's gonna get real confusing at family reunions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rouge was happy and walked out of the hall and then out of the school like a bat. And then Espio did the same thing, but in a way that was like a chameleon would instead. There is one thing that everyone is forgetting, said Sonic. Charmy B is still locked up in Knuckles' house. I will go rescue him. Sonic ran out of the school and to Knuckles' house. Sonic ran into Knuckles' mom on the way to his room in his house. Knuckles' mom, said Sonic. Some things happen and Knuckles looks different. It'll be okay, and you will understand soon enough. Please do not worry. Sonic said this in such a way that Knuckles' mom smiled and kept cooking in the kitchen. Sonic was not just fast, but also very good at relieving people. Sonic also noticed that Knuckles' mom was kinda hot, with solid boobs that she had developed for decades. Sonic went upstairs to Knuckles' room, which is painted all red, just like Knuckles before he became a baby. There was a cage in the corner of the room, and Charmy B was in it. Sonic unlocked the cage with the key on Knuckles' desk and opened the cage. Come on out, Charmy B, said Sonic. You are rescued. Charmy walked out instead of flying out like he always does and said,
Thanks, Sonic. I'm going to go home and prepare for my role in the play that is soon. I'm the lead role.
Sonic forgot about the play because the play was the gayest thing in the school, but it was going to happen even if nobody went to watch it. The next day of school happened, and Tails was in class with Cream. It was a very difficult science class because Tails was the smartest person in the school, and he only took the hardest classes. Cream was in the class because she wanted to be mentally challenged.
I don't think that was the right wording there.
I
I
feel
know what
like
it
he
means,
meant
but-
something else by that.
Yeah.
I want to be mentally challenged, don't you understand?
We have a test in this class tomorrow.
Said Tails to Cream.
It is going to be hard, and I have to study for it to make sure I get a good grade.
Tails always got good grades, but studied anyway. Tails looked at Cream, who was there.
Me too.
Said Cream to Tails.
I know. I have an idea. Why don't you come over to my house tonight and we can study? Studying with you will help me get a better grade. I just know it.
This idea was the best thing ever to Tails. Tails secretly had a crush on Cream Tails secretly had a crush on Cream and wanted to feel the body of his sexy friend. Even though she was Charmy B's girlfriend. Cream was a different kind of sexy that was only really sexy to some people, but Tails was one of them.
Okay.
Said Tails, sounding more excited than he wanted to.
I will come to your house tonight.
Tails was very smart, but he was not the best at getting with teenage women. So, parts of life like this were a challenge to Tails. It was now this evening, and Tails was getting ready to go to Cream's house. Tails was excited to get closer to Cream, but he was also nervous that he might mess it up like a love idiot. He thought about asking Sonic, but then remembered he is pissed at him. Then he thought about asking Espio, but Espio was at the hospital getting all of his wounds fixed, from being in a fight with Knuckles before he became a baby. Tails wanted to seem like a sexy man to Cream, so he sprayed his dad's colon on himself and put breath wash in his mouth. Tails smelled good and looked good and went to Cream's house by flying.
I'm waiting for Tails,
said Cream as she sat on her bed in her bedroom, studying without Tails. Tails flew into the window.
Hi, Cream. I'm at your house now,
said Tails. Tails sat on her bed, sort of next to her, but not too close to promote sex thoughts.
Let's study,
said Tails.
Don't you hate it whenever, you were a young teenage kid, or I guess in this story they're 18, but fact remains that you're trying to make moves on a girl, and your parents barge in the room and they say, "Hey, you better not be promoting sex thoughts."
Every time.
6 feet apart. 6 feet. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. I just get this whole part to myself. This is exciting.
Yes, you do.
This is all you, Joe.
All right.
Wow, before we study, you smell good, Tails.
Cream put her face right up against Tails and smelled hard like a big bad wolf before blowing the house down. Tails laughed all nervously and said,
Do I really? Oh, thanks. I always smell this way. I guess you just noticed when you're home.
Tails did a little wiggle on her bed and pushed her face and body away because he was nervous.
Please, let's study.
Tails and Cream studied for the test for the next hour, and the whole time, Tails could only concentrate on one thing: his growing erection. Tails touched it sometimes while they were studying to make sure it stayed put, and Cream could not see it. But it was getting big. So big that it would pop out of place like when the straw in your soda rises up. Probably because of the bubbles. And you push it back down, but it just comes back up anyway, so you get iced tea instead. Tails was still
real.
Tails was still the most nervous, but he decided this was his chance. He would not get another chance as good as this if he did not take it now.
Cream, I have to tell you something,
Screamed Tails to Cream, letting out all of his nervousness so he could be smooth like a movie star.
What is it, Tails? Tell me about it,
said Cream back, looking hot. Tails was not so nervous anymore. Tails said,
Cream, I have lusted after your rabbit genitals since day one. I think you are the hottest woman I've ever been to. I know you're Charmy's girlfriend, but toss him aside and let my penis murder everything inside of you.
Tails took out his penis, and he was so in love that his penis was literally screaming.
He takes his penis out and it's like, ah!
It's just doing Arnold Schwarzenegger noises.
Get into Cream.
Wow,
said Cream.
I did not know you felt this way, but I'm glad you do because Charmy B is a total gay.
Cream reached over and grabbed Tails' penis and began to give it a good shake. She loved his boner with her hands.
Are you doing that, penis?
And pulled him around the room by his penis like he was a wagon to get him more excited. Tails' penis was so big that it was about to burst like someone stepping on a tube of Colgate toothpaste. Tails could feel the semen bubbling up inside his penis, like Santa going back up the chimney when he was done. And the presents he had left down in the house were Tails' balls, which were already there, though. Cream was getting hot, too. She did not take off her clothes, but Tails could tell she also had an erection.
What?
Oh!
But then, just when things were becoming like one of his porns that Sonic had in his room, and his mom let him have, Cream stopped and said,
No, I cannot do this, not while I am still boyfriend and girlfriend with Charmy. He may be a gay ass, but we're in a relationship and I need to respect him. I will break up with him tomorrow and then we can do sex.
Cream collected her things together.
I think I'm ready for the test tomorrow. Thanks, Tails.
Aw, man,
said Tails. Tails put his scrotum away and was sad about not getting to ejaculate his dick.
Okay, as long as you promise me your sex.
I promise,
said Cream, and then Cream kissed Tails on the cheek. Tails thought it was cool and flew back home.
What is this? What is happening?
That was the end of chapter 11.
Oh my god.
I did not know that female characters in this story are able to get a erection.
Yeah. That's new.
You learn something new every day.
They did not teach me that in anatomy class. I don't know. I only know about what I've experienced and what Dark Doom Firemaster has taught me.
Yeah.
Dark Doom Firemaster, you mean Daddy?
No. Oh man!
Dark Doom Firemaster, am I right?
When we do the like final one, we should just read like some comments we find under this, because there's some interesting comments of people who greatly enjoy this literature.
Yeah, because I mean, if we keep doing the 3 each episode, there's gonna be only 2 because it's only 25. I think it's like, math. So,
yeah. Well, we should go ahead and rush to chapter 12 because
let's do it.
Yes.
This seems pretty important.
Oh boy.
Sonic High School, Chapter 12, The Most Important Drama. It was a new day, and Sonic woke up from out of his bed and scratched his balls. He could feel the rash on his balls, and it was getting worse than before. A sickness still ravages my balls, said Sonic, as he wrote it in his journal that he now had back from Tails when he took it from school after Sonic had given away to miss his lesson. Sonic was done complaining about his balls and went to school. In history class, he talked to Amy. "Hey, Amy," said Sonic to Amy.
Hi, Sonic,
said Amy, and kissed him hotly like a girlfriend. "What is up?" said Sonic to Amy.
It is awful. I have bad news,
said Amy to Sonic. "That stinks. Do you want to have sex later?" said Sonic to Amy.
No, thank you. Everything is so busy right now,
said Amy to Sonic.
My bad news is that I have to go see the play tonight for a class.
Wow, that is unfair, said Sonic to Amy. Even the principal says that the play is super gay, but I guess you have to go. Sorry. The school play was so gay.
I wanted to know if you would come with me,
said Amy in a way to Sonic that sounded like she was trying to be attractive.
Oh, oops, what a great time for my voice to crack.
The play will be much better with someone else there.
That is the real bad news. I do not want to go near the play, but I will go so we can have sex later, said Sonic back to Amy.
Jeez.
My
Amy kissed
gosh.
Sonic, but so did Sonic to Amy, and they made such a cute, hot couple. Then, Sonic and Amy had the rest of the class, and Sonic went to another class thinking about how much he was going to suck that he has to go to the play tonight. The play was just a bunch of people doing gay things and music like a car full of losers. Sonic was now in a different class where Rouge and Shadow was also in the class. Rouge was with Knuckles and Knuckles Jr., too, like always now. "Hey, guys," said Sonic to them.
Hey, Sonic.
Hey,
Sonic. Hey, Sonic, said them to Sonic together at the same time to save time. "What is new?" said Sonic to them.
Charmy has been acting in a really weird and different way,
said Shadow in a dark way, which is like him.
He's probably nervous for the play,
said Rouge suggestively. "I wouldn't make any assumptions, but we should keep an eye on him and make sure he's okay," said Knuckles Jr. Knuckles Jr. turned out to be a really cool baby. "I foresee something strange at the play tonight."
What is this baby?
"The play is gay,"
The play is gay,
said everyone together, agreeing. Everyone knew it.
"How are you and Tails doing?"
said Shadow to Sonic. "Tails still hates my body, inside and outside," said Sonic, with almost tears in his eyes. But he was too big and a man for that. "It is so hard to be best friends with someone who hates you and does not want to talk to you."
"I know how you say it,"
said Shadow.
"A lot of people hate me because I'm dark,"
said Shadow.
"but I am not trying to be a supervillain. It's just who I am."
Shadow squinted his eyes at the people around him in a way that is hard to describe, and kept going.
"I do crimes in the city, but I am not a bad person. You can do bad things and mistakes sometimes, and still be a good person, and people should still like you for it. Unless you're really a bad person, like Eggman, who is a shit kid. Maybe one day people will see me for a good person, even if dark."
Sonic listened to what Shadow said so powerfully that it was like Sonic wrote down everything on a piece of paper and put it in a special folder and put that folder in a safe place so he could always go back to read it. Then Sonic itched at his balls. His balls were a wreck. That class ended, and the rest of school did too, and Sonic went home thinking about how his balls were like 2 blimps covered in volcanoes that could fit on the blimps and itched as well. When Sonic got to his home, Sonic's mom walked up to him and said,
Oh, right. Sonic, I went to clean your room and saw what you wrote about your gay ball problems. I'm worried about your balls and fear that it could be a mortal illness, so I made a doctor's appointment.
Doctor Zappointment.
But first we will have dinner. I got more Chinese food because I know how much you liked it last time.
"Don't read my journal, Mom!" screamed Sonic. Then Sonic went and ate the food just like last time, and wouldn't you know it, there was a fortune cookie. And Sonic opened it and ate the cookie part and kept the paper inside to read the magical fortune on the paper. He looked at the paper and read it, and it said, one man's pubic illness will cause the death of millions. Some people did not believe what fortune cookies said, but Sonic knew that they were magic and were always right, so he was a little worried and wondered what it could mean. Then Sonic went to the doctor. Sonic did not like going to the doctor because he was Chinese, like the food Sonic had, and made him feel nerves.
Whoa!
Sonic went to his doctor room and sat on the chair like the doctor told him to. That doctor took out some papers and looked at them. Would you like...
Hello, Sonic. It has been a while since I saw you last. Sonic's mom tells me you are having problems with your balls. I'm going to do some tests on you, but first I am going to look at your papers. I see from looking at your papers that your balls and penis are the biggest in your high school. Good job, Sonic,
the doctor said. Sonic appreciated the truth and nodded his head and smiled. It was okay to talk about your penis and balls with the doctor because that is what they do, even if it automatically makes them gay. The doctor made a lot of money, so being gay was probably worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Then the doctor started doing tests. Sonic passed all of them awesomely, and even the doctor was surprised at how Sonic was the best at everything, except being smart, which Tails was the best at, but Sonic was still pretty smart too. Then they got to the last test, which was about Sonic's balls. The doctor took out a test tube and filled it with pieces from Sonic's balls, and he tested them with machines.
Ow.
The machines
What?
printed out reports about it, and when the doctor took them and looked at him with his very Chinese eyes,
This looks bad,
said the doctor, looking at the reports that the machines printed out about Sonic's balls.
It looks like you have a big disease.
Uh-oh, what did I do? Said Sonic to the doctor, really worried about the welfare of his balls.
I do not know. This is a legendary disease that only comes around every once in a million years. No one has found a cure for this disease, and what it can do is very bad. This disease will go from your balls to your penis, then up to your brain, and it can kill you eventually. There are other things that it does, probably, but I do not know because it's so rare, and you will just have to call me and tell me what it does when you find out. All I can tell you right now, Sonic, is to keep your balls away from everyone you know. Do not touch them to other people, because it will spread, and they will die, and it will spread more, and the whole world will be at stake here. Please be safe,
said the doctor, in a calm way, but also scared because it was so serious.
No, but I have to have my first sex with Amy. We were going to do it at the play, which I am going to from here,
said Sonic, crying, sad and mad, and afraid of things. Balls are an important part of sex. Sonic was always so healthy, and the fastest person ever. But some things just cannot be stopped, like this ball disease.
Too bad,
said the doctor.
If you do that, it will be awful, and the first person to die will be Amy. You should not want your girlfriend to die.
The doctor was right, but Sonic was still worried about it.
Okay, well, I have to go to the play now,
said Sonic, and ran out with the most nervous feelings that Sonic has ever had. Sonic thought about it, and it was the most important high school drama. What is more important, health or love?
She's
Wow.
gonna die. What happened?
Okay, I'm starting to get a little suspicious. I have a theory here that Dark Doom Firemaster is gay, because the amount of
What?
times that he says it in a very afraid, condescending tone means that he's worried to admit it. So he's putting it down like, gay is the worst thing ever.
Like
I'm not gay.
Yeah, like,
I don't have a gay ball problem.
Well,
yeah,
I
like
think
he's being too defensive.
I think we need to see what his newest stories are like before we can come to that conclusion. Because
I have a
this
feeling
was
that
2012,
did not improve.
and his last story was in 19, so maybe we can gain some more insight from that.
I mean, honestly, back in 2012, when this was written, the way to insult someone was to call them gay.
That's
It was
true.
like there was no other insult except something that I probably shouldn't say on the cast. But
yeah,
like it was.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, like he also says that the doctor is gay because he does the things with balls, but like he means that in like not an insulting like, what are you gay? Like, oh, the doctor's doing this.
That is
therefore
true.
He is gay.
That is true.
Well, he
You're
didn't.
right,
He then immediately followed it up with, "I guess if he's rich, then it's worth being gay."
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that like a bumper sticker on my car. If being gay makes you rich, then I guess it's worth it.
I am like a little, I don't know, a little worried. We're gonna have to put a warning at the beginning of these for racist remarks, because, like, just saying, first there was the limo driver who looked like a person but darker.
Yes.
And now there's the Chinese doctor with his very,
Yeah.
very Chinese eyes.
Also,
That's
he's gay.
what-
Like the food.
Yes. It was very, I don't know, not very tactful, I don't think. So I don't know.
By the way, Micah, I like how you, instead of leaning into the stereotype, you went with a German accent.
I noticed that.
Oh, thank you.
It was defying.
Do you want to know why I
everything.
did that?
Because you didn't want to get canceled.
Well, I would like to say that I was being nice and said that just because you're Chinese, you can have any accent you want.
Mhm.
I just forgot about the part where they were talking about how he's Chinese. I was just like, I'll just grab a doctor voice
Accent.
real quick. I wasn't thinking about it at all.
I mean, that's
That
fair.
works.
That's fair.
I mean, I wouldn't have done like a real like racist Chinese stereotype voice anyway.
Yeah, you
But
would.
I'll be honest, that's why I just randomly grabbed a doctor voice.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that works.
Doctor voice, German, it works. But yeah. I mean, we'll go with the being Chinese.
I mean, it was
doesn't
all
mean you can't have-
planned.
Yeah.
I did it on purpose. See?
Yeah, we'll just go with the whole being Chinese doesn't mean you can't have another accent. People come
No,
from
but being
all
a
kinds of
doctor
places.
makes you gay.
Yes, that is fact.
But it's worth it because of the money.
It is worth it. It is
Oh,
worth
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes being gay is worth it.
Especially when there's
Mhm.
I
money
wouldn't know.
involved.
Well, anybody have any closing remarks for this? I think this episode was the strangest by far.
This one and the last one were definitely incredible.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely something. Those babies, let me tell you, I'm scared of them. That
Me too.
baby's Knuckles Jr. can see the future.
Yeah.
That voice you picked for Baby Knuckles Jr.
Well, you told me to do a
is like-
sexy voice.
Yeah,
Well, it turned out to be perfect because he's saying stuff like, "I foresee the future."
I know. I honestly didn't expect that. I was like, baby.
Yeah,
with,
the
like,
first time I thought it
sexy
was a
man voice.
mistake and it wasn't actually the baby talking, but it was.
It was. Yeah, that's something. That is something. Anyway, but yeah, I think we're done here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to episode 4. Hope you all enjoyed it. Again,
Yeah.
as always, if you have any suggestions for stories to read, feel free to let us know.
Yes, please, because we need more under our belt.
Yeah, we
Then
need anything.
Preferably
like
no
this.
Sonic,
Yeah,
Yes.
anything else.
unless it's in World War II.
Oh, yeah, that too.
We'll get to that one eventually.
Well, thanks you all for listening. We'll see you later.
See
We will see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.